In today's video, how to get cool, rich, highly decisive, action-taking individuals to work with you again and again and again and continue working with you. You will know exactly what to do, what to say, and most importantly, what not to do and what not to say to get the perfect, ideal clients to work with you. But before we get into that, story time. About 4.5 years ago, I remember going to the new coach I hired, shout out to Miles, and telling him, dude, I am sick and tired of getting on calls with people who are tire kickers and they love my stuff, but they just can't afford to work with me. At this point in time, I already had a multi-six-figure mindset program. And so Miles was like, I got you, bro. I got you. I'll help you out. He didn't. We worked for about a year and a half. I learned a lot about DMs, challenges, workshops. One of the things I learned, it wasn't taught to me with the intent of teaching me what it taught me. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I might just end up revealing and unveiling the curtain behind the coaching industry so you can actually decide and spot what programs are for action takers and which aren't, because most aren't. One of the things to never ever do, because that's what people are taught to do, is to be like, action takers, if you want this, that, or the other. Another way that a lot of people are taught to do is to pre-sell. And so speak about this is me versus this is me back when I was this. And the biggest change in my life was that I decided to take action. Like, that's all fine and dandy. It worked well 4 or 5 years ago. It doesn't really work now. What does work? And so I'm going to share with you are a couple of things. One of them is a qualifier. I call these qualifiers. You can call them whatever you want. But a qualifier essentially means who I'm for and who I'm not for. Who my material is for, who my stuff is for, and who it's not for. And I don't try to guilt trip or trick or shame or get mad at people for being me. I just tell people, hey, this is what I'm for and this is not what I'm for. If you are this, I love you, stay away. And so let me give you an example of this. Look around you in your program, whatever program you have been in or are in. You're going to notice that usually the first or the second, right after your onboarding, the first or the second module that you're given access to is a mindset module, right? How to get in gear, how to be motivated, how to stay consistent. And it gives you some very generic high-level advice, like it's 80% mindset, 20% strategy, which I completely agree with, by the way. But just because you're given that advice doesn't turn you into an action taker all of a sudden. Think about it. If you're an action taker, do you really need that module except as a reminder? Probably not. And so if you're in a program where the first couple of modules are all about how to be motivated, how to stay committed, how to be an action taker, it's for people who aren't action takers, because action takers don't need to be taught how to be motivated. This is the mistake I was making 4 years ago. All of my content was highly motivational, highly inspirational. I was preaching to the choir. Come one, come all. I will help you all. Everybody deserves a wonderful life. I can help everyone. I can fix everyone. I'm here for you. I am Jesus Christ. I learned I wasn't. I didn't want to be Jesus Christ. So, obviously, I joke, but some people will call it exclusivity. I just call it qualifiers. And so back then, I became very comfortable at telling people on sales calls, even in the DMs, hey, we're not for everyone. Like, it's all right if we're not for you, if you don't think we're the right fit. We don't need to work together. In my program, we don't have a module on why you need to be motivated. We don't have a module on why you need to get your shit together. We have a module which blatantly state, like the name of the module is how to fail in record breaker. Because I learned a long time ago, if I just tell people what not to do, the dumb shit that people do, they're going to succeed. With an action taker, there is no problem of doing. It's more a problem of guidance. Don't do this, go do this. And they learn. So my module literally states all the things to not do to fail, including, I literally tell people, if you come to me on a call and you tell me that you didn't do what you had to do because of the moon, that's not a valid, legit reason. Besides a lot of other limiting beliefs and, a concept I learned called the failure uniform, where someone wears a failure uniform where they're telling you, oh, it's my niche, oh, it's my avatar, bullshit excuses. That's all we say. We're like, get in gear. This is how to conduct yourself. This is how you fail. That's all an action taker needs. Again, in some programs, you might find like after the mindset module, you might find a module that tells you how to optimize your profile, your cover photo, your link in bio. Anybody who's at a certain level with any degree of understanding of social media will tell you 99.9% of the time, no one visits your bio, no one visits your profile. So from a leverage point of view, from a low-hanging point of view, it is the last thing to be optimizing for. An action taker needs to be told the first thing you optimize for is how other people see you and how they consume you, which is on their feed. not on yours, as much as my ego would love for me to think that everybody visits my page and looks at my profile and reads my... Nobody does. So why waste time? Action takers are highly time sensitive. And so I'm giving you these fun tidbits to actually understand what programs are designed. Most programs are designed to do this because they don't get action takers. So here's where people go wrong. People are afraid of qualifying. So they're like, come one, come all. We help everyone. We're for everyone, blah, blah. And they get everyone, just like I was getting everyone. Then they have to serve them. Then they have to fulfill on the promise that they made to people. And they know they can't fulfill on the promise because a lot of people by constitution are bad fits and have no business being in the program to begin with. And now you need to create tons and tons of material and modules to indoctrinate them and convert them and tell them, here's how you optimize your profile, so they feel a sense of momentum, which doesn't really do anything. The easier way and the smarter way and the way to become a super attractor is to say explicitly who you're not for. So if I create a lead magnet saying how we took a $7,000 offer to $87,000, it's meant for people who have a $7,000 offer, not a $70 offer. I'm excluding certain people. Who it's not for has been a game changer. Getting the comfort and the ease and the fluidity to tell someone to their face, hey, you're cool, I don't think we're a good fit. Now, here's the secret that nobody ever told me. I stumbled upon it. It's that when you go hard on qualifying and you go hard at telling people we're not for you, you also signal very loudly to people you are for. Because you're creating and you're setting up a safe space. You're creating exclusivity, not necessarily by design. For me, I'm just looking out for my people and who I want to work with. I like working with people who are a vibe match. I don't like wasting time telling people to get their shit in gear. Like, if the people pleaser in you goes out of their way to please your clients and you expect me to please you, you're going to be disappointed. I don't do that shit. The only reason I can create a module like that a lot of people would find very offensive and very triggering, blah, 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 is because I've made sure that my community is only full of action takers. They know what to do. They get it done. They come back, they report to me. We analyze, we tweak, and boom, successful. That's one. Number two, people don't buy what you're selling. People buy who you are. For the last 2 years, people have bought from me because of who I am. They couldn't care less about my case studies and my testimonials and my offer. I focus on creating a nice, juicy, sexy, outcome-based offer. But at the end of the day, people buy who we are. No one taught me to showcase who I am in content. I stumbled upon it. I was taught to have a highly controlled, highly curated image of myself in marketing. And I did that. And I attracted people. And then they became the wrong people. And I kept doing that. And I kept attracting the wrong people. Until one day, this is 2 years in, one day I was like, screw this. I'm going to tell it like it is. Because here's how I see things. I refuse to lie in content. And I told it like it is. That's the way I'm kind of telling it today. And all of a sudden, I deactivated a bunch of people in my audience who weren't the right people to begin with. And I activated a bunch of people who resonated with me. And all of a sudden, what is this? The more I am myself, the more I speak my mind, the more I showcase my opinions and my philosophy, even if they're not for everybody, the more I attract the right people. What magic is this? I doubled down on it. I reverse engineered it. I studied it, and now I teach it in Record Breaker. I don't teach people to sort of be me. I teach them to speak their mind. And obviously in a way that is digestible and people understand. But the two biggest things for me are having zero friction to saying who I'm not for, because then I open up more space for who I'm for. And then also having zero hang-ups about pretending to be someone I'm in content, so I attract it. Because here's the rule of content. Whoever you're being you're going to attract the polar opposite. So if you're yelling at people in content, you're going to attract people who like being yelled at. I don't like getting people who like being yelled at. I don't like being yelled at. If you're speaking up to people like you're awesome, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're going to get people who like being spoken up to because they feel horrible about themselves. I don't like doing that shit. I speak to people at eye level. Me and you, we're the same. We're equal. I'm not your guru. I'm just a guide helping you. No need to look up to me. No need to look down at me. And now I encourage you to look at the program you're in and see what amount of emphasis is being put on getting your ass in gear. What amount of emphasis is being put on superficial dumb shit like optimizing your profile. so that your cover photo looks nice, because it'll show you the level of depth of whoever made your program. It'll also show you who your program is originally intended for. Is it a mass market, come one, come all, and then we'll try to brainwash you into becoming like us so you get the results that we got? Or is it a boutique style program that caters to a very micro niche? Mine's boutique, and I have no qualms about it. It's for a very specific person. That's why we get the results that we do, because we've reverse engineered that one person down to a T can predict everything that they're going to go through. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. If you make sure to explicitly tell people who you're not for, if you make sure to explicitly, overtly showcase who you are, you will only attract that person or above. I hope this video helps. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.